Hello and welcome back to a new Stock Toolbox video. First of all, I will talk about the new streamlined version of the portfolio tracker. And at the end of the video, I will talk about the future of this channel and future content. So first of all, if you are not familiar with the portfolio tracking, just go to the files and then you make a copy and then you can edit everything. You only need to edit fields that are marked like this in yellow. And then you will see all of these outputs, the return on investment and the dividends after tax and your profits plus dividends, which are the most important parts. And I cut out all of the less important parts to make it more compact. And the return on investment is per annum, and I'm invested since 1.6 years. My total return is high, but the per annum return is currently at 7%. And I did add some new functions. First of all, if it's currently the weekend or we are on a Monday, then you can check this box, because if you don't check it, then you see some errors, because this function compares the stock price that we currently have to the one from the day before, and on the weekend the stock market is usually closed and therefore we don't have data to compare. And if you check this box, you compare it with 1 week ago, so you have some comparison. And then you see the portfolio change in there, but I cut out one name because it was bugging out currently because the stock is undergoing bankruptcy protection. Therefore I removed it for now for this video, because otherwise it would look like I made 30k profit, which isn't accurate. If the dividends after tax are empty, even though you have dividend stocks, then you go to the test new dividend part and you see some of them are loading, but you can also get some problems with the hashtag NA. And then you click reload and then you see that all of the fields get emptied. And once the loading was complete in the top right corner, then you click the reload button again. And then you see that the loading begins and you go back to portfolio and it's currently at $0, but it will update shortly. Back to the price change. This one is the stock to stock. This one is with the weighting given your portfolio, how much this impacts your total holdings. And if you're new to this tool, you first put in your stock symbol. For the company GameStop, it's the symbol GME. And then you put in the price, how much you paid for the stock per share, then how many shares you got, and at which date you bought them. And then you see all of the other data automatically compiled if Google is working properly. And then you can see the returns. For example, you see that I paid $5 for a share and they're currently worth $25 US, so I made 400% profit. And there are some other shares, 3 companies that are currently under bankruptcy protection, and they lost pretty much all of the investment. And you see them in the numbers. I have 3 stocks that lost a lot of money, but other stocks that gained quite a bit. And then my total returns given the time. For example, GameStop, I only own them since 261 days, and therefore my return on investment given the time is 600%, and on my total portfolio it would be like 20% of my gains come from just GameStop. The PE is currently on average really low for me, it's 3.5, and usually that is good, but for me most of my PEs are negative and therefore they don't show up, and therefore my PE is really low, which is not correct, and I should do something about that in the future. And all of the parts in the back, I barely look at them anymore. I use my other tools for those, and I will link them on the top right now, so you can look at the tools that I use for dividends and other data. The market cap is weighted given how much of your initial investment is in different stocks, and that's helpful if you want to maybe only invest in small cap stocks, and your total portfolio should be in small caps if you aim for that. And everything is pretty much automated, and you just have to put in data there. You reload in here. For the graph, you go into the top right corner into cell M1 and you put in how much money you invested, ideally in US dollars, because most of the portfolio value is probably also in US dollars, and then you can get better comparison. And then everything is automatic, and ideally you just drag this formula from N1 all the way to the right, and every time you invest more money, you put it in there and just up it by the amount you added, and then you get a pretty graph that looks like this. And then you can compare your invested capital to your portfolio value. Don't know currently why it doesn't go all the way to the right invested capital, but maybe you'll figure it out one day. For the next project, you can write me on Twitter at twitter.com/stocktoolbox, and you can request some stuff. So I add functions or remove functions from different tools. And my next project is, for one, I want to make a CEO ranking, need some data, and I'm not sure about which data points I will use and which sources. Another step for the future is it's really difficult to continuously make videos, and I like it a lot to make videos, but with this format of tools, it's really difficult to make continuous updates and videos, because most of the tools that I wanted to create do already exist, and they have pretty much all of the functions that I wanted them to have, and I can't really update them continuously. I get like some slight updates every 3 months. It's kind of limited to the Google Spreadsheet functions, and when they update something, I can also make bigger updates and better tools. But for now, I thought about going the same route as the Joseph Carlson show, which I think would be like the ideal lifestyle for me and the most entertaining. And I can maybe review portfolios of some people and do weekly updates of my portfolio, but I'm not sure if that's currently that interesting with like 10 holdings. And maybe I do a project with dividend investing where I intend to own like 20 different stocks and do some weekly updates on that, or on the most important news during a week. And maybe I also do some single company analysis with the CEOs. But for now, I plan on doing the CEO list and ranking. But I need some help from some viewers and people from Twitter about what's important for a good CEO, and so I can make a compiled list. So I can make similar stuff to what BlackRock, Boston Consulting Group, and any other consultants do for a lower price point, because most of those research papers cost a couple of $1,000 and won't be accessible to most people of the public. And for the future, maybe also beautify the tools, and you can come visit my socials and talk to me about different improvements. And I thought eventually I will make a website out of this. And another idea is, if I stream some games and play video games, then I could also share that Twitch channel, and we can also talk about finance in there while I game. And as always, thanks a lot for listening. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this content with your friends so they also can improve themselves. And until next time, bye bye.